Well, hello again. You at home bored, wondering what to do? Well, I have another photography project for you. This one, I hope, should be fairly simple. You should have all of these items around the home. So first of all, an old sheet or piece of cloth. This is an old, very old sheet. And so anything like this that has a dark background. And some spices. Doesn't really have to be spices, but so we have some cinnamon sticks and some cloves and anything like that that has some dark colors, and you'll see why in a few moments. All right, so there we are. This will all make sense later on. So anything with some dark colors that has some kind of rough edges. Okay? And of course, the most important thing, camera. Any entry-level camera. So this is a mirrorless, but I also have a very basic cheap camera here, and I use this one a lot actually. This is a very old one, but I happen to use this one a lot. So any camera will do. You can use it in aperture, priority, or manual. Doesn't really matter. Okay, and a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, a chair with a set of books to hold it steady. That will do. And also, if you do have one, a light. If you don't have a conventional light, then you can use your smartphone to create some side light, because we're going to play around with some light to create some shadow, and you'll see my setup. Oh, and some tape. I have some gaffer tape, but if you have some painter's tape or any kind of sticky tape, because we're going to create a backdrop with this. This is going to become the base and the backdrop. And you'll see, I'm going to walk you through all the steps. You're going to see actually how I set this up. And we're going to, a prop. This is a mortar and pestle. But anything that you can find to create some still life photography. If you don't have one of these, then you can use anything around the house, basically. Just get creative. Here we go, let's get started. I just taped the sheet to the back, roughed it up, and now we're going to move the light around. So I'm going to move my light around. I think we have a better angle on the light now. I've moved it over, and we're casting a bit of shadow on the left-hand side of the subject. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we're good now. Let's try that one. I've locked the focus so it won't go in and out. Let's see here. Let's take a look. Yeah, we're good. Okay, I'm going to try this. No, don't like that. The light is not creating enough shadow. So if I bring this over, I'm going to move my light a bit. One moment. So I put the light up high, going down from the right. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try one anyway. I don't like that. No, I don't like that one at all. Remove the light yet again, looking for that ideal shadow. So I think it's time to take a look at them to see how we did. Well, I think that was a successful endeavor. As you saw, we were able to change the direction of the shadows by moving the light in a different position, and you don't necessarily have to use a mini tripod like I did. If you watch one of my other videos, I was actually hand holding the light, and that's where the 2-second timer or remote control for the shutter release pays off. Alright, so we can run through these files now. We're going to go through and look at the raw files first, and then pick out the favorite or favorites, and then look at the final edit. Alright, here we go. Let's go through and look at them all, shall we? And here's the first one. Okay, so we're going to look at the first image here. This was the first one we took. Looks okay, but we don't have enough shadow. From my opinion, I think we need a little bit more light on the right. We have nice shadow on the left though. Let's look at the next one. So we have some good light. No, the shadow's in the wrong place. So I would like to see. Yeah, I don't like this one. Yeah, we have the light in the wrong direction. So we have, what we really want to have is shadow on the left side with the light falling on the right. So we'll go look on this. This is more like it. So this is what we're looking for. Shadow falling on the left side of the subject, the right side at the rear in shadow, and the left slightly in shadow. So I think this will probably end up being the one we will edit. This one I moved the light ever so slightly, and so I think this one's a good one as well. Got some nice texture there. Don't care for this one. See, very slight placement of the light makes a big difference. And I think this is where I moved the light more in the front. And while it lights up the subject nicely, I don't have the kind of shadow I was looking for. It's just too direct. And no, this is when I moved the light up on the far right, and I knew this was not going to be a good one. I knew this was not going to be a good one. Yes, this is a reject. And the same with this one as well. I think this is the last one, if I'm not mistaken, where I moved it back down again. And while we have a lot of shadow, the subject is not lit up. So I think actually those ones we saw in the middle will probably be the ones that are going to be my favorites. Okay, we're back to the beginning now. So that's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this exercise, and it gave you some inspiration for projects around the home. I'm going to come up with some other ideas and make another one of these. They're a lot of fun actually, doing a lot of little projects around the home, but not recording all of them. So what I'll try and do is record more of these to give all of you who are stuck at home in isolation some ideas for photo projects. All right, so stay home, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Until then, have fun. Bye-bye.